Perfect signal.
Well, good afternoon or good evening if you're in the USA. And as you'll see, I'm masked up because I'm with my buddy Bonzo in an Uber. Say hi to Bonzo. Hey, Bonzo. Hello.
Hi, Bonzo.
Yeah.
Hey, Bonzo.
Shout out to Uber.
He is
Shout
being
out to
super
Uber.
helpful. He rescued me and helped me out. Anyway, so thank you all for joining me. This is my 100th live, and one of the things that I've learned about doing lives is you persist no matter what, right, guys and gals?
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely. So, this all started with you, Mr. Schulman, and you, Mr. Patrick Ward. You know that? You know, you got me like hooked.
It did.
Yeah. So
Way
you
back
want to tell
when.
a little story, Brian? You remember how we first met? How I first ran into you?
I do remember, and all three of us were actually there, and it was at the very first ever LinkedIn Local LA.
Yes.
And I had said to everyone that I wasn't sure if I was going to be there because I had just come back. Was it VidCon? I can't remember. I had just come back from somewhere.
Right, and you had Diana Nguyen with you.
And Diana, that's right. That's exactly it. And Diana was in town. And so I surprised everyone by going live right from the elevator. I remember seeing Patrick in the corner of my eye out of the elevator, and the look on his face was like, and I'm like, shh, don't say anything. And by the way, that was not only where Bruce and I met, and we got to see so many of you in person for the first time. It was super cool, but we had so much fun. And that actually, Nancy, that was the LinkedIn Live that we broke Diana's record of 3 hours to the very first ever LinkedIn Live for 4 hours. We were actually live for over 4 hours, but it was incredible because
imagine that.
Imagine that. I know.
Now it's every Saturday.
That's right.
Yeah, like Brian didn't have anything to talk about or something, right?
Not at all. Exactly.
Not
We had a few words.
Yes, right. And then,
but we did. We got to meet and make video together. It was fun.
And then I was blessed to meet Mr. Patrick Ward, who actually helped me understand the power of LinkedIn Live after you got me on this. This is LinkedIn video, Mr. Schulman. I remember.
That's right.
And it's like, hey, I didn't even do selfies, let alone LinkedIn video. And then Patrick actually held my hand a little bit and walked me through the ropes. And Patrick actually helped me set up my first ever live broadcast. In fact, we did a dummy run. Do you remember that, Patrick?
I do indeed. It was, again, right at the point in time when LinkedIn Live was still, pretty new, pretty buggy. I remember a lot of creators were going live, but then you would have things like systems cutting out and audio cutting in and video cutting out, all that sort of thing, and we just went through it, and we didn't know whether it was going to work, and we just gave it a go, and
we did,
and that's always been the power of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
and so and then through that I met Tracy Rich Melendez, who nicknamed me the guy in the blue shirt because she couldn't ever remember my last name. Right, Gracie?
I love that.
I was just like, go ask the guy in the blue shirt. I don't remember his last name. And voila, that became your hashtag, your official hashtag.
Yeah. All right, I think it's got me somewhere close because we can't see where I'm staying from the street. So
where are you, Bruce?
Yes, where are you live from?
Oh, I am live from Oregon. So rural Oregon. Oh, he's found a little waitress.
Okay.
Yeah, I had an Airbnb. So it was one of those, I booked it a long time ago, and it was either, use it or lose it kind of deal. That's it, Buns. He said he had a truck, so. All right, Buns is going to help me out of the car. So why don't you guys just chit chat a little bit, and then I'll come back. I'll go on mute.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Hey, it's Kenny D.
Hey, Kenny D.
Hi, Kennedy.
So good to see you.
Yes,
do
Mr.
you want
Saber
to
the
He's out of
say?
Surfer.
LinkedIn
Oh, wait, that's
jail.
tomorrow.
Out of LinkedIn jail and back with us.
Yeah.
You never know when he's going to disappear and then reemerge,
That's right.
wifting off of
Absolutely.
LinkedIn and back into LinkedIn.
Yes.
We've started a GoFundMe so that we can continue to bail him out of jail.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
such a kind thing of
You
you.
look amazing with all those hearts going.
Sending the love. Sending the love.
We're
Yes.
sending them your
we
way.
don't want Kenny. We don't want Kenny to be in jail because this is not a good place to be.
No,
We
no.
prefer him to be sending love out of his heart, and
LinkedIn is
Yeah.
not the same without his light. He is one of
It
the
is
biggest
not.
supporters out there.
Right.
It's true. Gracie, where are you tuning in from today?
I am from Alhambra, California, my home office.
Okay, wonderful. And Tim looks like
I-
he's in beautiful like wine country. Where are you right now?
I'm at the Delaware River. Let me wait. It's
Down there.
somebody
It's
can't see
below
it.
your
You
chair,
can't see it.
basically,
Yeah.
right?
Not with this view.
Usual
I'm in
deal. He
Southern
doesn't know where he is.
California, near Gracie. I'm not far from Gracie in Los Angeles, and
Yeah,
normally
me
not
too.
far from Bruce either, but he's in Oregon right now.
Yeah, I would love to
That's
meet
right.
with you, Nancy.
I would love that. I put in the chat or comments like we need a LinkedIn Live, a local LinkedIn Live LA soon. As soon as we can do that safely.
Yes, I agree.
You mean in person or?
Well, we could do it virtually until we can do it in person, but I'm looking forward to when we can do it in person.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not yet.
I
No,
know,
not
it's
yet.
People?
crazy.
What are that? What are people?
That's gonna be
People, who are
amazing.
people? What are people? What's that like?
We are people.
I was shocked. I went back to school
People.
this week. You know, the kids are back in school. And I walked in the building because from April 25th till the end of the school year last year, we were all there. Teachers were there, but really the kids weren't. And I walked in and there were kids in the hallways and kids like our incoming sixth graders that were stuck at their lockers and couldn't open it and were asking for help. And I was like, there are people here. Like it was so bizarre for it to be the way it normally is.
And how was your experience?
Yeah, that's right.
My experience, I will say, I'm very, very careful. I am not completely comfortable being there, but I am doing everything I can to stay safe and keep the children that I work with safe and the people around me safe. And yeah, I mean, it's LA Unified is requiring vaccinations as of October 15th of all of its employees. They are superseding the state standard, so we have to wear a mask all the time and get a weekly COVID test regardless of our vaccination status. So they're doing their best to keep us safe in a time that it's hard to know how to keep everyone safe.
Hey, Nancy, safety first, right? That's what I always say.
Yeah.
Even though it might be uncomfortable, it's still safety first, right?
It's absolutely safety first. And I made a promise to myself and my mother, which makes it real, that if at any point I didn't feel okay with what was happening, that I know how to walk off campus and I can deal with the ramifications later. But if I'm not feeling comfortable, that I will leave. And like I said, I promised my mom, so it's real.
Yeah.
Maxine will come find me.
Yeah, sorry to learn that, but it's funny. I think people have become a lot more empathetic, though, to people's tolerances of things. I mean, I've noticed that. I don't know what you guys have noticed, but in many ways, you know, the pandemic's been a great learning lesson about how to treat people and how not to treat people. What do you think of all that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've seen people, you know, be there for one another in ways they maybe wouldn't have been before. I live in a condo and we had Saturday bingo for the first 9 months of the pandemic. And we would all just go sit outside our doors because we have an open air courtyard, and somebody's balcony faced the courtyard, and they would call the bingo numbers from there, and we all had our cards that we could download and print, and it was great for our building. There are a lot of people who couldn't go out. We have older people who just live alone, and it gave us all something to do. And I will say, over the course of the pandemic, we ordered food together. So if anybody was ordering from Ralph's, you got the text, do you need anything, or Costco, and it was really really nice to get to know the community I live in that way.
It sounds like you guys became an extended family within your building.
It's exactly what it's become. I joke all the time that my neighbor Kathy feeds me, and they can claim me as a dependent on their taxes at this point.
Hey, what a bonus having a Nancy as a taxable benefit. How about that?
I provide entertainment. I know I do at least that.
Well, you guys are awesome in the entertainment field. I think you, Tim, and Brian hold the world record on entertainment on Saturday mornings with all sorts of wonderful, goofy stuff. I try and tune in, but usually Saturdays is my big catch-up moment. So, anyhow, there we go.
Yeah, those shows are so much fun.
Yeah.
Along with Nancy, too. Nancy's an important component of the show also. Yeah. I called you a component. That's not a good word.
Yeah, set it to your being a component.
I'm a component. Am I a compartment? Am I which?
Friend, yes. Teammate.
I'm just happy to be a part of it. You can call me whatever you want.
I'll remember that.
I think facilitator is supposed to be the title, but right?
Yes.
Facilitator, Nancy. You keep these guys in check, a little bit, because they get a little bit wild on that show.
Good luck.
She does a good job.
I guess.
Yeah, somebody said good luck. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Is it really loud? Because we have the garden. Terribly loud up from my end.
All right.
Yeah.
So
what?
What's new?
Yeah, we appreciate the loud component in the background.
Yeah. Yeah. So us. What's new on Patrick? He's been a little quiet over there. We've been chirping away here.
Share with us. What's new with you? What's new and exciting with you?
I mean, August in general is always a quiet month for me. Being in B2B, like this is the month that everyone goes on holiday, so you don't get any buyers. But at least on a personal level, I've been campaigning for myself to get into South by Southwest. So got another 6 days of voting for that. So just trying to make some last push to get some votes from the community, and we'll see how that goes.
You make sure you drop the link in here afterwards, or Dorian.
I definitely will.
You guys are a lot more skillful at dropping things in. So. Yeah, go for it, Patrick. We'll vote for you. We can.
Yeah, I'll definitely drop it in, and yeah, we'll see. South by is one of those really interesting cases. I'm sure it's got a acceptance rate lower than Harvard, so we'll see
or
how
Princeton.
It goes. Or Princeton, right?
Well, yeah, but they come not to have you, Patrick. I mean, come on, you bring.
Oh yeah,
all the flair to
buddy.
That stage.
And how do we vote, or where do we go? Where's the link to vote?
So if you go to panelpicker.southbysouthwest, so sxsw.com, and then if you type in something like side hustles, you'll find my one, which is why side hustles are the key to your company's marketing. But I'll drop the link in the feed afterwards.
Yeah, do that.
Yes, please. Yeah, please.
That sounded like a really weird website address as well.
Yeah,
I thought it was a Triple X website. It's like,
Yeah, no, South by is one of these interesting conferences where, unlike many conferences which are run by different companies, we mentioned VidCon earlier, which is obviously with YouTube. South by is its own thing. And so it needs to run next year. If it doesn't run next year in person, it's going to be bankrupt. So there's a lot on the line for it. Hopefully, all of this latest Delta variant is under control and they can conduct it safely and have it in person in Austin next year.
Sure.
Hopefully, yeah.
We have. Well, we need to all start waving our magic wands and get it fixed, right?
Maybe we can whiff COVID away.
That's right. Whiz it away. I'm a process whiz, but I wish I could whiz COVID away for sure. It's been way, way too long for everybody.
Yeah,
So-
but congratulations, Bruce, on so many shows on your anniversary. Congratulations.
Yes, 100 shows.
100. Actually, it's
Take a bow.
It's 100 and a half because I had a
And a
half
half.
start one that didn't go so well.
Oh.
I did an extra
Thank
one.
you for 100 shows, 100 shows of amazing content, Bruce. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Actually, well, thank you. I wouldn't, again, without all you guys encouraging me and sharing content that remotivated me to keep going, I wouldn't have done it, number one. And number two, it's all about the guests, right? I know you guys host enough shows to know that it's all about the guests. And if you find the right people that have got amazing stories, I mean, the time just goes like boom. I mean, everyone I do, it's like, oh my goodness, like we're already over time and so much more to talk about. So it's just been amazing. I tell people it's like going to university every day when I do my stuff on LinkedIn, because you can learn so much from some awesome people out here. So just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Bruce, how do you feel like from the first show to now, that's been your biggest place of growth?
Ooh.
Sorry, show host. You brought on show hosts. You should have known it was coming.
Well, I was hoping to learn something. So, my greatest growth would be staying calm under fire, courage under fire. So, like, when I was in the Uber trying to figure out how the heck do I get backstage, before it would have completely thrown me through a loop and I would have ended up with a headache for 2 days. Now it's like, okay, well, this is live streaming. New opportunity to learn some more. And then as soon as Tim said a couple of words pointing me in the right direction on the buttons to press, it's like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
So it's so that's number one, staying calm under pressure. Courage Under Fire. Actually, that's a good movie. If you haven't seen the movie, I would recommend you go see the movie. It's an amazing movie. And then the other one, I would say confidence. Being confident to just show who you are, good, bad, and indifferent, and everything in between. And, obviously... And then the third thing is knowing that you can't control or try and over control what your guest is going to say or do. So that's really the biggest one for me, is knowing that you don't need a script. You just need the right person with the right energy, and the lives always go really well. So,
Right.
so those are mine. How about you guys?
So then okay, you want to ask us? I was going to ask you another question, but okay.
Go ahead.
I had one ready too.
All right.
I
was just going to say here. I
Go
have a
ahead.
question for you, Bruce. Is like, what would be your advice to someone who's just starting? And I think you just gave some of it when you were answering the first one, though.
Oh, so watch as many other hosts as you can. Reach out to other hosts. I mean, you guys are being way over generous with your time in terms of helping me. And most hosts know what it's like to feel the growth that you have to go through. So most hosts are going to help other newer hosts, overcome some of those little hurdles. So don't be afraid to ask other hosts for help. Is my advice.
Yeah, that's great advice.
That's a great one. Bruce,
Tim, did you want to ask your question, or do you want me to keep going?
I do. Bruce, what is...
Well, actually, why don't you ask Tim's question for him, since the three of us have the same brain?
Right, hang on.
We're all connected here by boxes also.
Yes.
The Brady Bunch boxes.
Yes, welcome to the Brady Bunch
Bunch. This,
takeover show.
The BB Bunch. Bruce Carnahan, the guy in the blue shirt, BB. Anyway, go ahead. What was your next question?
So, Bruce, what has been your most memorable interview?
Oh,
excluding the people here now. So we can take that off the table, so you don't have to pick from the 4 or 5 of us.
Actually, all of yours were memorable for different reasons. I would say there's a couple of notables for different reasons. Our good friend Raquel, she really helped me understand the power of not having a script and just going for it. So that was memorable in many ways. And I don't know, she's just funny. She just made me laugh. She made me feel really good. So that was very selfish. Michael Ray was another one, a ray of sunshine. But what I didn't really understand how awesome Michael's serious side of life is. So that was like, wow. It's like, we only see the Michael smiling, doing his thing, with his effort here and, make somebody smile today or make everyone's day memorable through smiling and giving some love.
Smile Project Louisville.
Yeah, he's got an awesome serious side to him, which I found very insightful. And then, of course, you're first. I always remember my first with Patrick and others. So, yeah. And Tim and I's were pretty memorable because we ended up not live streaming, as it turned out. So that was
We didn't live stream on LinkedIn, right? Didn't we go on YouTube?
We went on YouTube, yeah. So I had to cross-populate back in the post. But anyway, so...
Yes, cross-populate.
Yes. And then Brian's was pretty... Brian's was pretty cool as well because I didn't...
Is that where you are, Brian?
To save the video, so...
Brian, where are you that you have to wear your mask?
I am actually in New Jersey right now, getting ready to take my son to Princeton.
Awesome.
So, yes,
She was commenting on your mask, not asking you to take it off.
Yes. There's nobody anywhere near me right now.
Let's be safe. The virus might be right on the wall behind you.
That's right. Yes.
So don't lean too much.
Yes.
You're in Jersey. My condolences, Brian.
My friend, thank you.
As a New Yorker, I feel exactly the same way, Patrick.
Yeah, I was in Berkeley earlier in the week taking my daughter to UC Berkeley to get settled in her apartment. And then 2 days later, here in Jersey to get my son. She's a junior. She's going in as a junior, transferring. And my son is a freshman. So, yeah.
So you're going to be an empty nester, Brian?
Yes. Let's not cut any onions. I've been crying for weeks. So that's such a great question. Don't ask it. Yeah, I've been crying for weeks. So,
no.
Yes.
There's no crying in baseball, remember? Come on.
It's a good thing we're not playing baseball.
Yeah. You should know.
Exactly.
Man, come on.
Yeah.
Hey,
so there you go.
Couldn't do it, then you can do it, right?
Yes, that's right.
Absolutely.
We're gonna get a tour of Brucey's garage in a minute.
I like this behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes of Bruce's garage.
Yeah, well, it's not my
Although
garage.
He's at somebody else's house, right? He's actually standing in front of someone's house. He doesn't even know where he is right now.
Here's the truck. I'm gonna be borrowing this truck. Apparently,
he's gonna borrow some stranger's truck. He's in front of someone's house that doesn't even know who they are. He's live in front of him.
The Uber dropped him off at the wrong address, and right now the police are on their way. The homeowner has called them.
That would be pretty.
We're gonna see Bruce in a different view shortly. It might look something like this. So we just need to make sure you're very careful because I can't bail you out from here, buddy. I'm sorry.
You can. That would be pretty epic, wouldn't it? somebody
No,
called
people-
911 and the cops showed up and I'm live streaming. That would be
That would be amazing, actually. Can somebody please call the police so we can have that happen? I'd love to see that. No?
I love you too, bro. You know?
I love you, man.
Oh,
Hey,
that's
good,
the
good.
police.
Yeah,
It's
just like that.
getting fast, obviously, right into the normal magic, right? Into the normal showman magic here.
I lost all of mine. It's not fair.
That's not; those aren't saved.
Oh, lordy. All right, well,
Patrick, we need to work on your loudness. You really talk way too loud, so we have to work on that.
Yeah, you were monopolizing the conversation, and that's really
Oh,
something
that's
another
you should be
police.
aware of.
Yes,
I'm
we
looking
should
sexy
work that
for
out.
Police woman.
A policewoman.
Yes, it's a
Yes.
good look for you.
yeah,
I can put
go
on
for
this,
it.
is this. Let's see, one of Brian's favorite filters. Let's see if I can find it. The one.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Hang on.
Uh-oh,
Where's my-
I can't see to it. Oh, I should have turned the brightness up, but hey, I'll get to see it on the replay. It's going to be such a fun replay to watch. All of our goofiness. You never know what's ever going to happen with you guys.
You
I look
just don't
exactly
know.
like my nephew, except for the
Oh,
collarbones.
really need to stop that right now. We were going with the police thing. That's not really.
All right, I'll go with the police.
Is that what comes up when you search for police?
Yes.
I sure hope
Yeah.
not. I mean-
What? Well, maybe
I
Nancy
pressed
could
something. My
get a
snap
gig.
cam is just slow.
Hey, Nancy, you may
Seriously.
get a gig being the poster lady for the police filter right here. That would be
See,
pretty,
right
pretty
there.
cool. Yeah, why not?
Bring it.
Get the sponsorships rolling in, Nancy.
Woo! Sponsorship for Connected Human Conversations. There we go. I'll just go with the lights.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a party.
So they're just outside.
pull over.
Outside,
Oh,
Bruce.
my.
Do you see them? Because they're on their way to you.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Is there a lockdown or?
Bruce, hi.
Actually, I'm about 100 yards from the street, so I could probably see them, and I think I could hop the.
Oh, the
fence
police are
for-
here already. Okay. Oh.
Bruce, knock on the door, knock on the front door, and tell them that you're live. Directly from LinkedIn.
I haven't. No, I don't know. I don't know if Mark would appreciate that or not. So I told him that when I showed up, I'd probably be on a live stream, and he said it's okay, you can do it here. And I said, you know what, I'll just do it outside because I knew I'd be tight on time. So
That was
There you
nice
go.
of him.
maybe I am standing in the right person's yard, maybe not, but
All right.
it
Well,
looks familiar.
I guess
beauty
if
of
we
live.
lose you and you come back from prison, then we'll know it didn't
Correct.
work out.
Hey, I wonder if they'd let me live stream from behind the jail. I don't know. That would be
Yeah,
novel.
I don't know.
There you
It's
go.
a good
Behind the
question.
scenes.
I like
Behind
how
the-
Brian's mustache is on top of his mask.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so clever. He's such a smart young man.
Very clever.
I didn't say
Me
smart
too.
ass, you'll notice. I said
No, thank you. I appreciate
But it's
that.
also true. That's also true.
Yes.
yeah.
Tim
for
Tim
I have no
apparently
comment.
is already in jail. So he's making his one
He's been
phone call right
processed.
now.
I'm in
Uh-oh.
jail. They have outdoor jails now by the river.
Yeah.
The new thing. It's
Yes.
Corona world. I'm being safe.
We appreciate
Yeah.
your safeness.
Yeah, you get to do time and in a beautiful place.
Right. I mean, you get nature.
Yes, exactly.
Uh,
and
Bruce.
and yeah,
Yes.
sorry.
Yes,
I've got,
please,
I've got
Nancy,
another-
can you bring it back, please?
it's
Thank
kind
you.
of my job, isn't it? When we've gone off track on Shout Out Saturday.
Yeah.
Yes, Nancy.
We, it's been talked about a lot, this like burnout, right? And we've seen people go through it. We know people have gone through it, and you are now 100 episodes in. What is your way of dealing with that? What keeps you going? What could you say to the people out there who are getting started? And I think in the
Ooh.
beginning, it's really frequent that people feel that overwhelm.
Oh, what a stellar, multifaceted question. You're a really good question asker.
I do have my own show.
do.
Really? Okay. No, I know.
Though I don't really ask
Um,
questions on my show, so.
Oh, well, maybe you should. It's pretty cool. All right. So I'm just stumbling for time here, you know. No, couple of things. So I'm a process whiz, as most people know. So I have a process for planning ahead. And I think if you plan ahead and do it in a way that you're kind of in your jive, it doesn't take as much energy. So the times that I do my live streams, I actually really look forward to them, and I do them on a Tuesday and Friday. And so that's one thing. Picking timing that works well for your own body and what motivates you, so that it's not as much energy. Second thing is picking the right guests. You know, I am really lucky that I've had a lot of diversity in guests, but I make sure that, you know, there's a lot more in common than not in common. So it just becomes a conversation. And I say to my guests before we go live, it's like, hey, just imagine we're sitting at either your favorite beverage house or coffee shop, and we're just chit-chatting across the table, and it just happens to be that LinkedIn world is watching and listening in. And if somebody goes by, well, that's somebody in the comments, and you can, like, you know, you can say hi or just stop and answer the comment. So that's kind of the way I set it up. So to me, it's just like a virtual coffee chit chat. And so the point about that's part of the process. What that's done is it's taken all the pressure off me as the host. And I know that sounds pretty selfish, but if you can find ways to take the pressure off you, then you don't get burned out as quickly.
And I will say, having been a guest on your show, the conversational style and that there isn't a planned script of where you have to go was really lovely, because you don't necessarily know where the conversation's going to go before you start. Every day is different, so I've appreciated that.
Right.
Especially right
well,
here.
And the other cool thing is you never know where it's going to end up, and we always end up. There isn't one guest that I've not ended up either having some common ground or a similar story, and I can exchange stories with them. So that's the other thing. People talk about storytelling a lot. Making the lives as story, you know, friendly as possible, that's absolutely the best thing.
But
Sorry,
it
you
still
were gonna
takes
say something and I jumped in.
Were you going to say something, Patrick?
Yeah, I was just going to say, but it still takes a lot of trust, and you should be commended for that, Bruce, because a lot of hosts I've seen make the mistake where they have a whole list of questions, and they're doing it because they're worried about that organic, you know, what if I don't have anything to say? But really what they miss is they end up, you know, I've been on some podcasts where you can feel the host is just like, asking a question, respond to it with an answer, ask a question, respond with an answer. And you don't get that flow that you get on your shows, Bruce, where it is just a genuine conversation. And, you know, you have an idea of where you might want to go, but equally it could be somewhere completely different. And that's a wonderful thing. That's that capturing that true spontaneous nature of a genuine conversation as opposed to a script.
Yeah. And actually, go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to say real quick that I which I know we're all thinking and feeling, but we're all very proud of you, Bruce. We're very proud of you because I know it was something that was very nerve-wracking for you when you got started. I mean, I remember the video we made that was nerve-wracking. So getting on live, and I remember that, and I think all of us have been honored to be a part of your experience and journey, and to be able to support you and lift you up and be there for you, because it's not easy. I mean, this, you know, it's not an easy thing to do. It's one thing to make a video that you can record and stop and do it again and stop and do it again over a million times, and then use whatever one you want. When you're live, you're live. It's like everything is there. And you know, but I think the cool part about it with you is that it's, you know, you're just having a conversation with you, and I think all of us can say the same, which is, every time we've joined you, it's just been as Nancy said, it's been a lovely conversation, and so you do a great job of making all your guests feel comfortable and welcome, and just that, hey, we're just gonna have a chat together, and and that's a great trait and skill that you have. Well, honestly, it's always been in you, Bruce. Like, you just showed up and are you, and that's a beautiful thing.
Well, so thank you for that, and thank you for the reconfirming of kind of what I thought a long time ago, but I didn't really have the courage to do something about it. Now I'm a lot more confident and courageous. You see #bold all over the place. I actually, one of the last little post-it notes I added to my vision board was, #bold. You've got to be bold. And not everyone's going to like you, and not everyone's going to be in your Jive tribe, and that's okay. And, it's you just got to do what you think is the right thing to do. And I also like to try and extraction. I like to try and get my guests to also share something unique about them, because that's part of their unique angle of their story, right? So, and then it doesn't become forced, and it's not like Patrick said, it's not like a Q&A. And I mean, I used to do my lives like that, and they didn't go very well. And they were exhausting. Back to your point, Nancy, when I was trying to follow a theme and a script, it was just absolutely exhausting for me. So the fact that I don't do that anymore makes it so much easier.
And you miss so much.
It's not police, Brian.
I swear the police just
they're alerts. I don't know if Gracie's getting them also, but they're alerts on my phone.
Two Amber alerts. Yeah, you guys must be getting them as well in LA.
Oh my gosh.
You called them.
Yeah, Bruce, you in doing that, you don't miss things either. And I will say, and I put it in the comments, you invited me on your show, and it was the first live show I ever did. And I was nervous, and we started talking beforehand, and immediately I felt comfortable, because I was just having a conversation with you and who you are and the respect you have, for everyone's story, and your humility and your ability to make everyone feel welcome. I don't know that I could have asked for a better first live experience. So thank you for taking a chance on me and being exactly who you were, because you were in part, I had been bitten by the wanting to be live bug, and you were one of the people who definitely made me realize that was something that I was passionate about and wanted to do, and wanted to have this powerful format be part of something I did. And had you not given me that chance, I don't know that would have happened. So I want to thank you personally for that.
Thank you.
Very
I'm
nice.
going to cry. Are you allowed to cry live?
You're allowed to cry live.
Yes, you are.
You changed, you helped change the course of, you hip checked me onto my path.
Wow.
Again, if it had been a different experience, I don't know that I would love live the way I do. Honestly, I can't say. That's the impact that you have. And I am one person. Think of, you've had 100 episodes with people watching live and in replay, and all of those people that you've left an impression on, that you've had that impact on them without even knowing. Because I realize this is the first time I'm sharing that with you, that how that made me feel, and what it allowed me to go do.
Wow. So
That's beautiful, Nancy. Beautiful.
Thank you. Well,
so what's really interesting, and I will add it to the stream, is early this year I did a little power session actually with Elise Craft, and one of the things she recommended is find 2 different color rocks, put short-term aspirations for this year on one color rock, and that was being open and being more at ease. And then she said, put what you think your long-term purpose is. And I wrote down the word catalyst. So what you just described, Nancy, is actually the human definition of a catalyst.
So
So
beautiful.
isn't that amazing? And I brought those two rocks with me to my new location. So that's the other thing. I want to be. Haven't said this to a lot of people, but I've actually moved from California. I'm actually going to take up residence in Tempe, Arizona, and
Breaking news.
lot of different reasons, yeah. And then the other thing is,
Wow.
late last night, I also got 1,000 followers on my TikTok channel, so I'm about a live
Oh
stream.
my gosh. That's amazing.
You are
Yeah,
accomplishing
yeah,
exactly what
breaking
you set
news.
out to accomplish, Bruce. What a
I
beautiful thing.
still
And
have 5 followers.
Hey,
I don't even know if I have an account on that for that platform. So you're ahead of me. But
Well,
I mean,
I'm-
Bruce,
I'm
I'm glad
on-
that I had the opportunity to reflect back to you the impact you've had on me, especially hearing what your intentions were, what you were manifesting, and
yeah.
I know for me,
So-
when people reflect back to me, it's very powerful. So I'm glad that I could give that to you, and in
Wow.
return for what you gave me.
Wow. And look what happened. I mean, you hooked up with Brian and Tim, and
It was
Oh
all
my
downhill from there.
That's it. Just
no,
yeah.
glorious.
I peaked early in my LinkedIn career, and then I met Brian and Tim there. That was
Wow. You realize we're spending how many hours together tomorrow?
Uh-oh.
a good question.
Be careful, Tim.
Yes. Hey Bruce, how long have you been on LinkedIn?
So I was a typical, stodgy just job seeker a long time ago. And I recreated my whole thing 2 years ago. So it will
Very
be
cool.
2 years. It's 2 years ago this month that I recreated my whole thing. And part of that was when I saw that there were LinkedIn locals in person. Like Brian, I didn't almost go to that LinkedIn Live where I met a local, where I met Brian, Patrick, and Diana Nguyen, and I almost chickened out. I was like, I was a couple miles up the street having a little light dinner, and I thought, this is crazy, Bruce. What are you gonna go do at this thing? And I was super close to just checking out, getting back in the car, and going back to my hotel room. And fortunately, I didn't. So,
I don't believe that for 1 second. You've literally been to every single LinkedIn local event I've put on. I can't believe you would chicken out of that.
Well, but it was my first one in that type of setting, Patrick. So, I'd done a lot of networking when I was back in Dallas, Texas. And yeah, Nancy, talk about burnout. I used to network 6 or 7 in-person meetings a week for 3 years in a row when I was in Dallas from the years 2009 to 2012. Huh? So yeah, I was burned out on face-to-face networking for sure. So the very thought about, you mean I gotta go do that again? Oh no, I gotta do that again. But I'm glad I did. So
We're very glad you did as well. You were like literally our biggest champion.
you bet, still am, still are. And so you know what's really cool is those of you that might know Mary Faint Brandt, who also moved from Sacramento to Surprise, Arizona. That is a real place. She lives in Surprise, Arizona. I am actually meeting with her. I'm meeting with her Monday night, and also Tisha Maria Pelletier. And we are going to be talking about a strategy to get LinkedIn local in-persons going here or going there in the Phoenix area. So how about that? Full
Awesome.
circle. Full
cool.
circle.
Mhm.
And Patricia Maria Pelletier already has her own networking set up, so we wouldn't cross over that. We wouldn't cross over that. We would supplement and complement that if we put some LinkedIn local in persons together. So we'll see.
Well, Bruce, I just want to say I love you. We all love you, and we're super proud of you, and grateful and honored that we could be here to celebrate you for your 100th episode. I have to get back to my family because I've broken
Sure.
away
Yeah.
for a bit with us getting him to Princeton tomorrow. But I wanted to be here, and I didn't want to confirm it just because I didn't know calendar-wise what was going to work out. But I'm so glad that I could, and I'm so excited for you for this next great chapter in the adventure of your journey and the move that you're making and everything you've got going on, my friend. So we're just sending you all of the love that's coming off the screen here, and know that we're happy for you. We're proud of you, and we're always going to be here supporting you.
Well, thank
Absolutely.
you.
Agree. I also have. I hate to go, but I need to go
No.
as well. But I want two things. First of all, let's see if I can point the great Patrick. When you start doing those LinkedIn lives again in Los Angeles, please make sure I'm on your list. Bruce, this is just the
Come
beginning.
to Tempe. Yeah, come to
There you
Tempe.
go. This is just the beginning, and I'm so honored and privileged to be a part of your journey, and that you are a part of mine. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
All right. Let me do a final shout out. Gracie Ruth puts up with me through thick and thin. I think most of you know that Gracie actually helped with helping me stay active and visible on LinkedIn every day. So we've had our moments, and we've got a lot more things that we still want to do. But when I go back and look at the posts that I used to do without Gracie's help, they were terrible. I mean, they were just like, But now, if you go look at the posts, particularly in the last several weeks, where Gracie's been telling my story a lot more visually, she's done an amazing job of capturing all the visuals behind all the words that I've been sending her in constant emails. So thank you for that, Gracie. You do a great job of visualizing my journey and my story.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure working with you, and like Nancy said, knowing you and going going with you into this journey. It's also been amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll learn. All right. Well,
and I like to say one thing. I'm very grateful to Patrick for hosting LinkedIn Local Relay back in 2019. It sounds like ages ago, but I'm so glad. I'm so grateful that he hosted this, because through that I got to meet him and other amazing people, and that's how I met you also.
Absolutely. See, it's your fault, Patrick.
Yep, like most things.
6 degrees of Patrick Ward right here.
Yeah, 6 blocks of Patrick on the screen. How about that? All right, thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. I know you've got families and other commitments. I couldn't wish for a better 100th, and I'm actually gonna go see if I can find a little bevy to drink along with something to eat. How about
Yes. Enjoy it. I'm sending balloons your way. Here,
all right.
some balloons.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. Thanks, everyone.
Everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.